Imagine this. An astounding 40 million adults in the United States suffer from anxiety disorders. That's 18.1% of the population every year. But did you know that many of these individuals suffer in silence, battling what some call hidden anxiety? This is a form of anxiety that often goes unnoticed, masked by smiles and seemingly normal interactions. It's a silent epidemic, a struggle fought in the quiet corners of individuals' lives. Today we're going to explore this hidden world of anxiety, shedding light on its prevalence and the silent battles many endure. More importantly, we'll share inspiring stories of individuals who've triumphed over their hidden anxieties, providing hope and encouraging conversations about mental health. This video is not just about understanding hidden anxiety, it's about celebrating the resilience of the human spirit. Stay tuned as we delve into these inspiring journeys. Meet Sarah. For her, anxiety felt like a tidal wave, ready to pull her under at any moment. She described her every day as a battle against a relentless sea of worries, each wave bigger and more daunting than the last. Her heart would pound as if she was sprinting, yet she was standing still. Her mind would race with 1,000 thoughts, each more overwhelming than the one before. Sarah felt as if she were adrift in this stormy sea of anxiety, with no land in sight. But rather than succumbing to the overpowering waves, she decided to learn how to surf. Sarah began to develop her own coping strategies. She started with deep breathing exercises, gradually adding mindfulness and meditation to her daily routine. These simple yet powerful tools helped her regain control, transforming the overwhelming wave into manageable ripples. Sarah shows us that no wave is too big to conquer. Now, let's turn to John. His anxiety didn't just affect his mind, it took a toll on his body as well. Anxiety for John was a physical beast as much as it was a mental one. Imagine going to bed each night, your mind a whirlwind of worry, and waking up each morning feeling as though you hadn't slept at all. That was John's reality for a long time. Alongside these sleep issues, his heart would occasionally pound in his chest, like a drum echoing his fears. These palpitations were disconcerting, adding another layer to his anxious thoughts. But John was not one to be easily defeated. He took these physical symptoms as a sign. He sought help, learned about the mind-body connection, and how his anxiety was manifesting in these physical symptoms. Understanding this connection became his first step towards triumph. He learned techniques to manage his anxiety, to quell the storm in his mind and the turmoil in his body. John's story is a testament to the mind-body connection and the power of understanding it. Next, we have Lisa. Her hidden anxiety made social situations a nightmare. A vivacious personality, Lisa loved being around people. But a hidden anxiety lurked beneath the surface, turning social gatherings into a source of immense stress. The fear of saying the wrong thing, of standing out or being judged was overwhelming. It made her feel like she was trapped in a glass box, able to see the world but not truly partake in it. She retreated, avoiding social situations to escape the discomfort. The more she avoided, the thicker the glass box became, further isolating her from the world she once relished. But Lisa wasn't one to give up. She started with baby steps, small gatherings, deep breaths, and lots of self-reassurances. She reminded herself that it's okay to be imperfect, and slowly, the glass box began to crack. Lisa's story shows us the strength and vulnerability and the power of connection. Finally, let's talk about Mike. His greatest struggle wasn't with the world around him, but the voice within him. Living with hidden anxiety, Mike was plagued by a relentless internal critic. He was constantly telling himself he wasn't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. This negative self-perception and self-doubt became a daily battle for him. But Mike, like many of us, realized that he had to confront these internal demons. He started by recognizing his negative thought patterns. Then, he worked tirelessly to challenge and transform them. He began to replace his self-doubt with self-assurance, his fear with courage. With time and perseverance, Mike learned to combat these negative thoughts. He discovered that he wasn't defined by his anxiety, but by his resilience and strength. He regained his self-confidence, proving to himself that he was indeed good enough, smart enough, and more than capable. Mike's journey is a reminder that the most important battles are often the ones we fight within ourselves. Sarah, John, Lisa, Mike, 4 individuals, 4 battles with hidden anxiety, and 4 victories. As we journeyed through their experiences, we saw the overwhelming waves of dread, the physical toll on their bodies, the isolation that took them hostage, and the internal war they waged against themselves. Each story unique, yet all threaded together by hidden anxiety. Sarah taught us that the first step to triumph is acknowledging the presence of anxiety. She showed us that it's okay to feel overwhelmed and that sometimes it's just a signal that we need to pause and take a breather. Remember, it's okay to not be okay. John's story reminded us that anxiety is not just a mental struggle. It manifests physically too. It's crucial to listen to our bodies, to take note of those knots in the stomach, the fast-paced heartbeat, or the sudden cold sweat. These are signs our bodies are giving us, a way of saying they need attention and care. Lisa, through her experience, showed us that avoiding social situations or using coping mechanisms are not long-term solutions. They're temporary fixes that eventually lead to a deeper sense of isolation. The key lies in confronting these uncomfortable situations, seeking help, and slowly but surely reclaiming control over our lives. Finally, Mike's battle with self-perception shed light on the power of negative self-talk and self-doubt, and the importance of challenging these harmful narratives. He taught us that we are not defined by our anxiety. We are so much more than our worries and fears. Each of these stories is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. They remind us that understanding and addressing hidden anxiety is not just important, but vital. It's about reclaiming our lives, our happiness, and our potential from the clutches of hidden anxiety. As we conclude, ask yourself this: how might your life change if you confronted your own hidden anxieties? Remember, you are not alone, and triumph is possible.